There we go. When I met Amir last year, I was in Montreal for my company because they're based in Montreal, and like I learned like 3 things in French. I never learned any French in high school or anything, but I learned that bonjour is something you only say during the daytime. That means good day, and if you say it at night, it's weird. People look at you weird. I just thought it was
like good morning. Yeah? It's like saying good day, but the day is like day only refers to the morning here.
Right.
Yeah, it's like whenever you tell somebody good morning and it's like 12:02 p.m. You're like, I just missed it by a couple minutes.
It's like, sorry, good night. All right.
At work one time, I got into an argument with a lady because I said good morning, and she's like, "Excuse me, it's 11:30. It's afternoon." I'm like, "It's not.
No, it's not actually.
It's literally not. Like noon, afternoon is afternoon."
I used to have the same argument with the coworker for breakfast.
Yeah,
I would say, I'd be eating like chicken wings and be like, "Oh, that's not breakfast." I'm like, breakfast is the first meal you have of the day. I don't care. This chicken wing is my breakfast.
Exactly. You're breaking your fast. That's the whole thing. Yeah. Well, okay. Who we got? We got Kirby Brocken in the house here. We got Ethan. We got Gamer Zone.
Getting a full house in here.
We got Brian the Ovacious. We got Klunkman and the classic Will Boner. So,
Will what?
Well, I'm a fan of Will Bon. So I am a Will Boner.
Oh, I see. Okay.
We are the original Will Boners, if you think
that's true.
How do we get into this Will Boner club? I'm jealous now.
Just subscribe to his YouTube.
That's it. All you have to do.
That's it.
He's easy.
Let me get in there.
Yeah, everyone here. As soon as we said we're having Toy Snowman on, people are like, "The guy that has action figures from the future?" It's like, yeah, same one.
Yeah. The one and only.
Same guy. Yeah.
He's the connection, yeah.
Sweet.
But anyway, so thank you, Patreon members, for being Patreon members. Of course, this is our, Patreon intro that we do every episode. We just kind of warm up and, chit chat before the actual podcast starts. That only the audio people hear that, and Patreon people hear this.
I do have a Fanta outside because I wanted it to get cold, so I'm gonna go grab my Fanta from outside.
Now's the perfect time.
Yeah. It's probably super cold there.
It's probably
frozen. If you ask him how cold it is, he's going to tell you in Celsius because that's what they have in.
Yeah, because America is like the weird country that was like, let's do the complete opposite of what the rest of the world does.
Yeah, pretty much. I guess Kirby knows all about that, being from Canada as well. So we're having a fellow Canadian on with Kirby.
Represent.
That's right.
So how cold specifically is your Fanta? Like in Celsius?
Oh man, I am not mentally fatigued here. What? So Celsius?
Well, I mean, that's the temperature you guys use, right? You use Fahrenheit?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I'm used to translating our dollars to US dollars for whenever some people come over to the store and they're like from the US, I'm like, do you want me to tell you in your dollars rather than my dollars? They're like, oh yeah, thank you. So right now it's only at -2, so it's at 28 Fahrenheit. So
speaking of which,
if it's water, it would be freezing.
I was looking through your store after the Black Friday sale ended, and I was like, wow, is he making up for having cheap prices by having the prices super expensive? Like, what's going on here? And I realized that I wasn't logged in, and so it was giving me Canadian prices. But I was like, what the heck? These are so expensive. It took me a while.
No, I mean, we tried to put our website to have geolocated. So if you're in the US, it'll translate to US prices.
For whatever reason, it did not. Or my computer was like, yeah, I'll be Canadian for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll be Canadian. Yeah, I mean, it could be also that. Unfortunately, we also have, in Canada, our MSRP is always higher than the US.
Sure. Yeah.
So there's also that. But that's only for Hasbro. Like Hasbro, the official response from Hasbro for the price difference is that in Canada, we're paying a warehousing fee. That's it. They in Canada we store the toys. In the US, you guys don't store the toys apparently. So that's why we have to pay that fee.
That's really dumb. They should be paying that fee and not passing it on to you. Yeah, whatever. Can't do anything about it.
No.
What are you gonna do? Stop buying toys? Huh?
No, definitely not.
Can't do that. Can't do that.
Can't do that.
But we can save all that talk for the main pod.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
it's good stuff.
So we usually just talk about not toy stuff during this.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let me watch a podcast just to see what I'm getting myself into, because I don't want to be like never been into the podcast. It's like, okay, so now you have to like confess something, or like I don't want to be sure.
No, we're definitely gonna get some deep dark secrets out of you for sure. Yeah.
So like it's like going to hot wings. Like, oh yeah, I can try spicy wings, and you just don't know what you're getting yourself into. So same thing with the podcast. So I listened to the one with Matt.
Big nerd.
So I was like, okay. So I am hoping that was an average one. Otherwise, I have no idea what's going to come.
No, that's normal. Yeah,
okay,
that's right. Yeah. We are going to ask you why you tried to tank Matt and his reputation by giving him false information and making him go live and tell everyone that toys were coming back out. I mean, it was a good move. It's a power move. Is what it was. Yeah. He's like, well, I gotta crush the competition, and what better way than to feed him bad info and just I mean,
the difference between me and Matt, I actually signed a lot of NDAs with Hasbro and Disney, so I definitely cannot spoil anything. Sure. I absolutely can't. So anything that's in the future, even if it's spoiled, I can't actually talk on it because I'm actually going to get sued.
But okay, so I'm not going to ask.
Well, we're going to make you. We're going to we're going to like bait you into answering.
But I'll just start talking about random candies in Canada. When I heard that, do you know about the new Obi-Wan? Oh man, Mars bars are really great.
They probably are. But you do know it's coming out next year, basically.
I'm told, or I've seen either just the beginning of spring of 2024.
Okay. And like not stuff that we've seen. Obviously we have the Book of Boba Fett wave and
man, Kit Kats are great.
What? That's been announced. I have them on pre-order. As soon as you send me a text, I
honestly cannot, like, the line has been blurred so much.
That's fair.
So I'm just like, everything's a pre-order. I just don't want to think about it, or like, if it's on the site, you can order it. Don't ask me if it's coming up. That's generally my response to everything.
Well, did everybody get their Anakin Skywalker mold from Ahsoka pre-order? I did.
Stop it. We did. We had that rule at when I worked at Apple. People would always come in like, I saw this on the internet. The Apple's doing this, and we're like, is it on Apple.com? Like we couldn't even confirm it. All we could say is it on Apple.com? And if it is, then we can talk about it. If it's like something that's new or whatever, most of the time it's like Mac rumors or like rumors, like, and we could not talk. Like we would get in trouble if we talked about that stuff. So I get it. I get it.
No, definitely. I mean, there was like the last one I got in trouble was the Spider-Man movie wave, where Hasbro shipped it over to me like 2 months early, but and then they later on said, "Oh, you can't sell it." But I'm just like, it's all over the store. How am I gonna like put a fridge on it and just like just keep it in the corner or something? I'm like, sure. I mean, I'll just have this giant wall full of things. Like, ignore it. This does not exist. But
don't look behind the curtain. There are no Spider-Man toys behind the curtain. Well, yeah. So this is just a fun thing that happened to me today. Last week, my wife told me for Christmas she wanted an Nespresso machine. So I ordered one from Nespresso.com. And it's been sitting in like the mail somewhere. Like it got scanned to say it shipped out from like an hour away from my house on last Friday. And I was giving it time. I'm like, it was Thanksgiving. Like it's a big, busy weekend, but it's like Thursday today. And I checked the tracking and it's like, hey, you should file a claim. We don't know what's going on with this. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to email the Nespresso people. I started chat with them actually. And she goes, oh, that sucks. Let me reorder this for you. And like, I'm checking the order right now and there's like 3 Nespresso machines on it and like a bunch of extra stuff. I'm like, am I getting all this? Did she just give me like
free stuff?
Free stuff? Like, I just want an espresso machine. And I was going to give it to my wife early because she's a teacher, and December is just like a really shitty time of the month. So I figure having like coffee before would be nice. Like, she didn't have to go to Starbucks every day or whatever. It'll help her out. But Nespresso is like, I guess maybe here's like 4 extra machines. I have no idea.
So did you
can sell them?
I could sell them.
Did you get them though?
Not yet. I mean, they just happened today. But I'm looking at the order, and I'm like, there's just a lot of stuff on here that wasn't on my original order. So we'll see.
Well, no, I mean, you should check the credit card. Maybe you did buy them.
Yeah, maybe I accidentally had like quantity of 4 on
No,
there.
I definitely didn't. My original purchase was like $150.
Is there a place where I can see this stream?
No,
not live, because we only go live to our Patreon members.
I see. Okay.
We can send it to you. We can just send you the YouTube link afterwards.
No, I just was trying to see if I can see the chat. That's why.
Wait, we could send him the unlisted link, right?
Yeah, we should. We can, for sure.
Because I don't know. There is a. I assume that there's a chat, but
if anyone asks you a question, we can like bring him up like this.
Oh yeah, we'll bring it up.
If anyone asks you a question, we'll bring it up
for sure. Yeah.
If it's a good question, if they're shitty questions,
if it's a really bad question, we're just gonna pretend it didn't exist.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So the people watching right now, you gotta come up with some.
Up the game, huh? We're looking for 7s.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know what popped on my radar this week, and now I'm obsessed with it. I want a PlayStation Portal. I had no idea it existed. It's basically like a little switch for your PlayStation, so you don't have to play it on your TV. You can just play it on your bed or whatever.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of people don't understand exactly what it is. Yeah, it's like you're streaming from your PlayStation.
From your PlayStation.
But some people don't realize you have to have it in rest mode and be connected.
Yeah.
So you have to have an internet, but if you do, I might pick one up. I think it's great.
I mean, I was just at GameStop today, and she's like, "Yeah, we might get something today." I'm like, "If you do, call me." And she's like, "Okay," and I don't think she will. But like, I want one so bad, right? Like $200. I'm gonna go visit my family for Christmas, and I'm like, it'd be nice to just have my PlayStation there. Like, I could play Spider-Man still or whatever.
Is that Florida where you're headed?
Yeah.
So wait, this is for PlayStation 4?
5.
PS5.
Okay. And it just allows you to watch our stream while playing.
It's basically a controller cut in half with like an 8-inch screen in the middle, and it connects to Wi-Fi, and it lets you play your either purchase games that you have downloaded on the console or whatever game you have in the tray.
But you're essentially Wi-Fi. The controller with the screen isn't the console like the Switch is. You're just streaming from the PS5.
I'm too much. I've been out of gaming.
It's crazy, yeah.
But I'm a PC gamer. I have a PS4, and that's like it's used pretty much as a Amazon stick, like just to play YouTube and YouTube and Netflix and Apple TV, hopefully.
Speaking of which. Okay, if anyone has Apple TV, watch Monarch. It's really good.
I can't wait.
So good. It's so good.
I'm a big Godzilla fan, so I really want to like watch it. But I'm just like I'm waiting until like a few more episodes are out before I.
So you can like watch more, yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, the way they've got like Wyatt and Kurt Russell in there, they're playing the same dude in different time periods. It's so good. I love it.
Oh man, I'm hoping the reviews are really good.
Yeah.
It's right now the best time to be a Godzilla fan because. We have
-1 just came out.
Yeah, we have -1. We have a Monarch Apple TV show, and next year we're also getting Godzilla and Kong. So it's like so much Godzilla media in just a span of a year.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have any sort of figures that you got recently that you want to show off?
Oh, that's a good question.
We have a Find Editions segment, so if you want to get
but they're all in boxes, and shamefully.
Okay, well, I guess you can just talk about it. You don't got to show them off, but
I mean, I can grab them. They're all here. But...
Yeah, we do have a little bit until that segment. We haven't started the main pod, so probably the best time to go ahead and grab them.
Look at all those figures behind him. Look at all those toys. Look at those Cosmic Legions.
Oh, I thought you meant in like shipping boxes, but yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. So before
spoilers are all Godzilla figures.
Mike, before we start, I just want to confirm our dates with you before I say them on the actual
Oh, sure. What's up?
So we're doing our last episode of the year, the 14th, right?
Yep.
And then we're taking the break until the 4th of January.
The 4th of January. Yeah.
I almost said July too. Like, it's a long break, but all right. So 4th of January, and then I think we have a good amount of the VIPs in here. We're doing the 8th, right? That's our target for the VIP shows.
And I got this is all washed. It's ready to go.
Ooh, look at
I'm gonna have a
that.
beverage in it. Hey, Nubian.
I'll try to have pizza again that day. That might be my new thing. I'd try to do pizza every time.
Pizza, and
Yeah, everybody order pizza and then have those.
I'll order pizza. Yeah, we'll have a party. We'll have a pizza party.
We'll compare pizzas.
Deal.
I actually had a pizza here just like half an hour before you guys.
But it's
I had
Canadian
a
pizza, so it's upside down.
Okay, so the 8th, and then
So
we want
pizza is I had that while I was there. It's just Little Caesars. Like I'm eating it. I'm like, this is Little Caesars pizza.
Wait, which type did you get?
I was whatever. We went to a hockey game.
Of course, you're in Canada. You're having pizza at a hockey
and
game.
it's whatever pizza. It's like a little personal pan pizza they had, at the hockey game.
Did you get the creamy garlic sauce, the dip?
No, it was just a little personal.
The goat and
no, the dip is half the reason to go there.
Yeah, it was the dip.
Yeah, it's all the dip.
That's kind of like how Papa John's is here. Everyone talks about how crazy
the dip is.
The dip is the garlic sauce, and I'm fine with that as long as you don't mind the casual racism from the owner. It's fine.
Jesus Christ.
I haven't kept up with politics. I don't know what happened recently.
No, he just has famously dropped the N-word a bunch of times.
Oh.
And then when people called him out on it, he got mad and said it a bunch more. So it's just...
He's uncancelable, I guess.
Yeah, basically.
All right, so Amir, it's Amir. I keep calling you Toy Snowman.
I think I'm
gonna keep
whatever. I respect both of them. What's that?
So how this is going to work, we're going to kick you off, and then we'll start the main podcast, and then we'll banter for a little bit. I'm going to give some program reminders, and then we'll bring you back on, and then that's when, we kind of go from there. So
all right, so how long do you think I should be in the shadows?
Oh, it'll
5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Tops,
Yeah, it's not long.
Sounds good.
Usually not long. So, all right, we'll bring you back on here in a minute.
Sure. I'll probably run and get another drink because I'm...
Okay.
Yeah, good. Yeah, you're good. We have plenty of time. Yeah. We won't bring you back on until we see you sitting there.
Just a chair. Like,
yeah,
here's a chair.
There we go.
There we go. Now
I'm kind of curious. We have 10 people viewing live right now. Do we even have that many 1138 members?
Pretty sure we do.
Did we set this up right?
Counting VIP.
Counting VIP. Okay, yeah, counting VIP. Right. And well, honestly, we probably do have that many.
Yeah. Everyone chatting is someone I know
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
We just have a lot of people coming. They're excited to see Amir. Excited to talk about him. They want to hear our thoughts on that Clone 2-pack. That's what they want.
Oh, we have thoughts for sure.
We have thoughts.
But we always have thoughts on Black Series Cantina, and this is the 60th episode. We're not really doing a big thing for it, but it is episode 60. That's kind of a milestone, right?
More like episode 60.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What are we going to do for episode 69? We got to do something special.
I mean, legally, we have to. Yes, that's true.
Is that the episode we bring on like the full show squad? Maybe
we could.
We could try to do that. Episode 69.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Or we got to find the most attractive toy community person out there and bring them on for episode 69. But we're already on the show, so how are we going to do that?
That's right. Who else is going to be on? You got Mike and Zach. That's it.
But anyways, if you're new to the show, I'm Zach and that's Mike. We're the Black Series Cantina podcast. We talk about Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch action figures on a bi-weekly basis every other Thursday. You can join us live if you join the Patreon, or you can watch the video if you join Patreon. We have a VIP only show that you can also watch if you join the Patreon. We do want to start off with some programming reminders. We will be back for our last main show of 2023 December 14th, we're going to record that. So expect it to be in your podcast feeds that weekend, Saturday or Sunday usually. But if you're a Patreon member, we'll be back for our VIP hangout show, which people are getting a kick out of and watching. And we'll be back doing that on December 8th. So you can join us live at any tier Patreon for the VIP hangouts, and you can watch them after.
$1 tier, $2 tier.
Well, we have a $2, $10, $5, $11.38, and
you can give however much you want, man. I think there's an option for that. I don't know.
There might be a donation option. Who knows?
I'm not a Patreon scientist. I don't know.
But any tier you sign up for, you can join those. They're always a great time. People are talking about Kitty money in the chat. So if you watch those, then you're in.
You get the joke.
You get the joke.
You get the joke. Kiadi Monday.
But
such a joke.
This episode, we have a special guest who we're not going to bring on yet. I was about to bring him on, but I saw the chairs empty, so I'm gonna stall. We got to stall now. He's back. So our guest of honor is back. We're gonna go ahead and bring on Toy Snowman.
Hello.
I'm sure everybody is familiar with, follows on social, and perhaps sees the deals and maybe orders from up in Canada. Amir, how's it going?
Pretty good. Thank you for having me. I prepared no line.
That's fine. Me too.
Oh, actually, we'll just all wing it now.
That's my whole life, man. I just wing it.
Awesome.
So you sell toys.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes, yeah.
Cool. Podcast over. Have a great day.
We're done.
That's it.
Question answered.
Yeah.
How's business doing? Are the toys flowing? Are people spending their money right now? How's it going?
So we're still finishing off our Black Friday sale. It was like every year we plan our Black Friday sales, and so we call it the Black Ice Sale up here in Canada, where prices slip and fall. Boom. Just want to put that
because they don't have their Thanksgiving is like mid-October. They don't have American Thanksgiving. No. There was no Squanto and Samoset up in Canada. There's no pilgrims in Canada.
You mean raiders and pillagers?
Basically, yes.
Every year. Every year we have a Black Friday sale, and I always try to, like, when I first started doing it, it was like, oh, we'll just do it for a whole week. And then like the orders piled up and we're like, okay, we'll just cut it now. And then the year before we were like, oh, 4 days from Black Friday to Cyber Monday. And, we just ended there. And it's like, okay, 400 orders is like kind of our limit for just that sales day. And then last year we did only for Cyber Monday and Black Friday. And it was like, okay, 450 orders. All right, we're just done there. And this year we did 400 orders in just Black Friday. I'm like, okay, it's a 1 day sale. That's it. That's it. On it. That's it. No. So yeah, it's really been picking up. So I guess people are just really pent up for Black Friday. So It's been super for us.
Yeah, I would say if you hit that goal in 1 day, that's pretty good indication.
Yeah. We were expecting to do it 2 days, and like, 1 day, all right, boys.
What was the number one seller? What was your top?
Okay,
top
I do. Now, by what ranking? By quantity sold or by financial?
Let's do quantity. Yeah. What are people buying the most?
Let's see.
Tickle me, Elmo.
We got him looking at through the charts here.
Oh no, he's got spreadsheets on spreadsheets here. He is a businessman.
No, okay. The first one was Zartan. Classified on the retro card.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So. Weird. I mean, it's actually.
Sure. Why not?
I mean, G.I. Joe obviously just does very well here in Canada, or at least everywhere, it seems. It's probably...
So what are your top five there?
I
want to know what else is out there.
Hero.
So, Zartan, Action Force Accessory Pack, Black Series, Ahsoka Tano from Mandalorian, Crimson Guard.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's just things that you can just buy a bulk of, so...
Sure.
I guess people are hyped on that Ahsoka series. They got to get that.
Yeah.
That Ahsoka.
It was Ahsoka from the Mandalorian one because we were selling it for $7.
Oh, there you go.
That makes sense.
That's super cheap. Yeah.
But there was a trick to that. So one of our distributors.
Don't expose yourself.
No, it's fine. This one, this
but
company.
shipping was $60, so
This
we're
one,
really
this was one trick.
No, it's one trick makes you rich.
This one simple trick.
If only it was repeatable.
Doctors hate him.
So Diamond.
Hasbro hates him for this trick.
There you go. There you go. That makes more sense. I don't know why I was going doctors like that.
So one of the distributors, Diamond, they were a bit late, and they sent me this product that was supposed to be for Boba Fett season 2 of Mandalorian. So it's like 2 years late, and they sent me like a bunch of cases, and I'm just like, oh man, you guys are really late on this, and I really don't want it anymore. Can I please like send it back to you and whatnot? And then before they replied back, I opened the case. I'm like, oh wait, this is far worse. This is season 1 Boba Fett. This is 1 year. This is 3 years late, not 2 years late. And so I'm like, you know what? This is 3 years late, and it's the wrong product. You please take it back. And they replied like, oh, just keep it. I'm just like, all of it? They're like,
all right.
Yeah, we don't. It's not worth their time to ship it back. I'm like, okay, well, Black Friday sale. Here we go. So I had a bunch of Star Wars figures at $7-ish just because I was like, well, I'm not gonna pay for storage and
sure. And it's like pure profit for you, right?
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, sure. Other than putting in the box and shipping, I'm like, yeah, sure, that's it. I don't care. Like, thank you.
You just include one with every purchase, just like.
So I gotta get rid of it, man.
Yeah. It's probably worth it if you have a bunch stored away and don't.
Well, no, that's not the thing. I just sold it all on Black Friday for $7. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So do you have any of those left, or did you clear them out?
Why? Oh man, no.
He's got to go check. You're asking the hard-hitting questions, Zach.
Hard-hitting questions here.
Well, we can do an update later. I would say maybe if any of our listeners are interested.
I'll just keep it here and see if I slowly. But I doubt 12 because obviously it was the bestseller, and I think a lot of people just bought things just because it was just too cheap
to pass up. Yeah,
I do that so much. I'm like, this is too good of a. I don't even want this, but like, it's so cheap.
Like people were buying Moff Gideons just for the sword, right? Like so. It's like,
yeah, you're getting.
I literally bought a Moff Gideon for $5 at a local comic shop just for the extra Darksaber.
Just for the Darksaber.
So,
yeah.
When I went to Legion's Con, I finally got to see the whole Ollie's thing because we don't have Ollie's where I am, and I just saw it. I'm like, oh man, there's this what was it? Fortnite toys. And they have a lot of accessories in those Fortnite toys. So I'm like, do I really need like a shark? Like just because the shark accessory has like a bunch of weapons on it. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, okay, $7. Then I saw the boat for $15. I'm like, I can use a boat and just why not, right? It was super cheap. So I can see why people do it because it's sometimes you just want a boat or an accessory.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
Side subject. I've kind of been getting back into Fortnite. So if anybody on the Patreon community's been playing, I'm down to hop on. Get some dubs here. It's been I've been playing a little bit, but
those. You play. Do they have Dragon Ball Z characters in there for you?
They have DBZ skins, and my cousin has one, and he's been turning Super Saiyan like when we're in the top 10, and like it's incredible. But the second day I was back into it, they had Star Wars skins. They had an Anakin Skywalker. They had a Darth Maul pack. Fortunately, I held off on buying the V-Bucks to get them, but it was really hard, but I did it. I probably would have done it if they didn't leave the store.
Have you ever won like a match?
Oh yeah, I was actually one of the very first people. I played the game before it was released like to the mass. I paid $30 for the Founding Fathers pack to play it early, and I remember playing it before there was duos. It was solos only. There were so few people playing it. Me and my boss at work, we could hit start at the same time and end up in the same match on solos, and we would run around pretending like we weren't teaming up, kind of cheating that way. Yeah, I said it, people. We were cheating a little bit, but it was like it was like the first night. So
it's just a little cheating. It's not that much cheating, just a tiny bit of cheating.
But anyways, back on subject. Black Friday deals. So overall, you would say you had a very successful Black Friday sale.
Yeah, definitely. It was the biggest one we've ever had. It's the most one-day sales we've ever done. So it's easy, like super happy to see it.
Good to hear it. Did you get anything for yourself? What were your Black Friday purchases?
I bought a TV.
Nice.
So
I went to, how big?
No, not big. It was like 52. I think is that a size?
All right.
Just standard. Just because my
Is that Canadian inches or is
That's
that
gotta
US
be
inches?
yeah. Is that like centimeters?
52 American inches. There we go.
What's that in centimeters?
Oh, God.
Hey, is that Celsius or inches? I don't know how any of that works.
You know what? You guys are wrong. You guys are wrong with the measurements. Not us. Our measurements are scalable.
No, good. A TV's always it's a solid Black Friday purchase. That's a good time to buy a TV.
Yeah, I figured.
Except online when you see people pulling out the viral video of people pulling out the Black Friday deal and it's the same price of the.
If it's only if that happens, and yes, that does happen.
Yeah, so hey, Toy Snowman, Amir, what was the worst deal that you put on your page? Did you like increase something 20%? Did you increase anything 20% and discount it 25% so they only get like a 5? Did you do one of those type of things?
Oh man, no pricing. I think that's why the sale is successful is because there are people who put things in their cart. Like I can see, like I don't know if people know, but we can see
abandoned carts,
and we can see like who's attached to their email when they did it. And so I see a lot of people, they just fill their cart in advance, and then like if I could show you the image of our sales, it would just be like exactly 12:01. I'm like, there's no way all these people like looked at the deal. They just 12:01, they just clicked the checkout button and got to what they wanted. So
well, like Cosmic Legions, Mythic Legions, that was advertised like, hey, like 20% off or whatever. And I know, like I was telling Zach this for my Christmas present this year, because I feel weird telling. Well, my wife's not into any of this stuff, so like instead of giving her a list of I want this and want this, I just put a bunch of stuff in a cart, and I was like, you can either, I'm like, you can get them all, you can delete what you want, but like this is essentially my list, is all of these figures.
You can't go wrong with this list.
Exactly, and it's all right there for you. So she did that. I think that's what I'm getting for Christmas this year is a bunch of Toy Snowman, Cosmic and Mythic Legion figures.
Oh man.
Yes, Brian. Question in chat. My T-shirt is Calvin and Hobbes, but it's He-Man and Cringer. That's a good call out.
Sick.
This was a Christmas present or a birthday present from my wife. She likes to give me nerdy T-shirts like this.
So can I tell you a deep secret here?
Please do.
It's not gonna be a secret for long.
Well, it's I used to watch Mike even before I started the toy business, where I was actually into Loot Crate, and it used to be shit. Like it just was, and Mike like emphasized it more, and so me and my girlfriend would watch Mike's like I don't know rant on Loot Crate, and then he would just do like the 1, 2 and then put on the shirt and my nips, and that would just like caught on with me and my girlfriend.
It would always make my nipples hard whenever I put on a shirt. And I'm like, I have to address it because otherwise I'll get comments on it. So I feel like if I call it out,
randomly has beamers.
Exactly. It's like boom. Yeah, exactly.
So what's it about? Like the new, like, is it the smell of the shirt? Is it the softness?
Well, it was the pulling it off and putting it on.
Is it the cool air that hits it?
It could be a little bit. It's the excitement. It's the electricity of getting a T-shirt. Yeah, the thrill.
No, their shirts had such huge degrees, man. It was like some of them were actually okay. Some of them were like, "What is this? What kind of plastic did they make this shirt out of?"
I'll tell you this. Geek Fuel I tried a bunch of boxes. Nerd Block, like I tried a bunch of different stuff. Geek Fuel, they're still going, I think, but I stopped because I just couldn't do it anymore. But Geek Fuel had the best shirts, hands down. Like every shirt I got from them was like banger after banger. And it got to the point where like I'm actually friends with the owner of Geek Fuel, like Chaz, where he sent me like texts and stuff. Like he was in town for San Diego Comic-Con. He's like, "You want to get a beer?" And I was like, "I guess. Should I wear a Geek Fuel shirt? Like, what am I doing?"
Does it look like you're trying too hard if you wear one of his shirts, you know?
So
or you gotta
that's what I'm afraid
play
of.
casual, you know.
I will say Comic-Con 2019. Hasbro's doing that HasLab Unicron thing, and I got invited to like a Hasbro party because I know someone that was like in on it and stuff. So he's like, yeah, come, like you're invited. So I walk in, I'm wearing a Unicron t-shirt I got from Ripped Apparel, and I hear from across the room, that's my t-shirt. And I'm like, what? And he's like, I designed that t-shirt. I was like, okay, neat. I don't know. Cool. He actually ended up being a cool guy, but I met a lot of crazy people. That was a crazy night. It has nothing to do with this. I'm just flexing now. Anyway, so my nipples, we're talking about that.
Yeah, let's go back to your nipples.
How about we leave your nipples alone and we go over some fine additions for this episode?
We got stuff.
I'll go first because I only have one item.
All right.
I did have some No Way Home stuff shipped from Entertainment Earth, and it's funny because today I saw that I had this huge box sitting on my porch. I was like, oh, my Green Goblin is here. I was so hyped because I know it was processing and shipped.
Mm-hmm.
So I was so hyped to get Green Goblin. But then this is what popped up. It's the Tom Holland Spider-Man suit from the very end of the movie, which I'm excited for this one. I pre-ordered it for a reason. I really like this suit. It's like his first sort of classic Spider-Man suit that he has in that series.
Spider-Man's.
But I kind of hyped myself up because I was like, oh, that's a huge box. That's got to be the Goblin. But it ended up just being this on the card, which I do appreciate it. Like
just wait till you see the Goblin's box.
Exactly.
Smaller.
It's gonna.
It goes. They didn't slap the label on it. They slapped the label on it and put it in the mail.
It's smaller. That's the funny thing.
At least that's PFP, so maybe it won't get too messed up. But it is better to have a bigger box than a smaller box in many aspects of life. But that's the only thing I've got for Fine Edition. So no Star Wars items.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's been delivered. Everything else is still on the pre-order and in the mail. So,
well, show us what you got, Amir, because I'm curious about what you got there.
So I have a few things that it's stuff that I have not had the time to unbox, but
you're an opener. I've been to your store.
Yeah, I know. I'm 100% open. Yeah,
I've played with your toys in your store. So
the first one was the Mechagodzilla Shinjuku sized battle.
Dang, that thing's huge.
Yeah,
big.
I'm having some guy help me make a stop motion with it. So, but we're waiting until he finishes the first scene of Optimus Prime versus Godzilla before we put that one.
Is that canon? Is that canon to Godzilla or Transformers?
It's canon in my world.
Okay, that's fair.
Then this is actually the most recent item. It's Gigan. It's one of Godzilla's classic enemies.
I never liked that guy. He's got like weird hooks for hands.
You don't like the
how do you eat?
chicken praying mantis? How can you not like the chicken praying mantis?
With his like Cyclops eyes?
Yeah, Cyclops eyes too. Chicken praying mantis with a mix of Cyclops, okay?
That's right.
Okay, so I have two of the same guy. I'm actually only going to open one of them, but I really don't know which one. It's Gamera. So there's two versions of it right now. I'm going
That's the turtle, right? That's the
that's the turtle.
Yeah.
I only want to open one of them,
Yeah.
but I can't decide. So
could you imagine if it learned karate?
Nah.
Would that be Raphael?
No, this is definitely a Leo.
Oh, Leo. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
saying
definitely
all
the
I'm saying
good
is
guy.
you gotta put a bandana on him. That's all I'm saying.
No, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a huge Gamera fan, but like
Yeah.
I figured like a giant turtle is kind of like it's too cool not to
It's
have.
cool
so,
on principle. Absolutely. Yeah.
so that's why I'm like I'm gonna. It's to scale with Godzilla. I may as well like put it in my shelf with Godzilla and some kaiju's and Pacific Rim. So here I am. Plus, I have like I have an America display shelf. So You know what?
That's
Before
funny.
I just like rather than
Do
explain
you
it.
get it, Zach? It's because his name is.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay,
I get
all right.
it. Yeah,
Just
I get
making
it.
sure.
Oh, we're getting a live tour.
Get a
here.
live tour. Yeah, I actually have done a tour on my channel of.
So
his.
this is my America display.
That's awesome.
like it.
Look at
I
that.
like it.
That's
So
rad.
Pacific Rim and Godzilla, but
Is that Gypsy Danger?
no, that is
Crimson something or
no, it's Crimson Typhoon.
Crimson Typhoon. That's it. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna put that right now. I usually change the monster and whatever the
Oh,
opponent
you
is
swap them out. That's fun.
every once in a while. So the season right now is Crimson Typhoon against Godzilla.
That's good. That's fun. Cool. Well, I guess it's my turn. I'm gonna start off. I don't know if he's still in chat, but I got a little fun package from Lance Peter Luke this week. And in that was the hologram Han Solo, which is the only one I wanted. So I got to cancel my pre-order from Hasbro Pulse on that. And you know what? That's going to be it for me. That's going to be the only one I get. I don't like it. I don't.
Not a fan?
I am
One and
not
done?
a fan. Yeah.
First time, last time.
That's right. Well, I feel like, as a reviewer type person, influencer, whatever you want to call me, I felt like I needed one just to be able to be like, yeah, these are my official thoughts, experience, whatever. But like, it's just, I don't know. I don't like it.
How long does the light stay on?
Like 30 seconds.
So that's pretty far off from the 30-minute light show.
Well, I mean, I think the battery just lasts. I think if you just continuously hit the button, it will do 30 minutes and 30-second chunks. Is what it will do.
They made it sound like it was going to be some fantastic.
If you want to hit it 100 times, basically, it'll let you go. So
yeah, that thing did not sell very well. I don't even know which version we got. Is that the version that we're like the fan channel version?
I think Han is the fan channel version.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, Han's the one that you can get on like Big Bad and
that's the one that's the fan channel one.
So
I think I sold like 4. I'm like, yep, that's not even gonna make it through the case.
Yeah. I saw Bo-Katan at Target today. I don't really care. I know there's people like friend of the show, Dan Larson, like they love translucent figures. Like it's just like a thing that they collect. And that could have been cool, I think, if each one didn't come with this little puck. Like if maybe just the Han Solo came with the puck and then they sold just the figures translucent and you could swap them out yourself. Like you could just put whichever one you want on there. I think that would make more sense. But I don't want to have 10 pucks hanging out. I just don't have space for it. So it is what it is. It's neat to have, but that's not all I got. I actually got a package from my favorite online retailer that's based in Canada last week. Yeah, I got a Toy Snowman package.
Oh, see,
because occasionally Amir just sends me a picture of toys and is like, "Do you want them?" And I'll be like, "Yeah." And that and just full disclosure, I pay for them. He does give me a little bit of
a little salt here, a little discount.
Yeah, a little salt bait going on. But I'm not getting. He's not sending me stuff for free to buy my love. Just so everyone knows, he's just getting them super early. So, should we go? Well, we'll go. I think best to worst. Worst to best. So this is worst to best. This is a Balin skull. He is if he were in a vacuum by himself, he would be great. If you couldn't compare his height to anyone else, he would be fantastic. Should he have come with more stuff? Absolutely. He should have come with a robe, should have come with alternate hands. And I think I saw it was SJ Wolbert. Is that his name? Corellian Collectibles. He did a thing where he heated up the face and squeezed the face while it was hot and kind of made it a little bit more accurate because I think he's right. I think the face is just a little bit too kind of puffy looking, but it's not bad. Yeah, there we go. That's good.
Yep. Gonna pull it up real quick.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it looks like heat it up and then just it stretches the face out like vertically almost a little bit.
I need my glasses for this one.
I feel like it makes the face shape look more accurate to
I agree.
Ray Stevenson.
I think
so. I feel like this is how it was supposed to be, but just because of hot plastic, it probably
it could be. It could be an issue with the hot plastic. Yeah, for sure.
Because whenever like they, the plastic forms, put it in that plastic tray. Because we saw that with the Boba Fett helmets. They squeeze them.
Well, speaking of that, I got the same thing. I got the same thing on another figure. But before we get there, I also got Shin Hati, which again in a bubble, I think she looks great. But she's too tall. Balin's too short. Shin is too tall. Land Speeder Luke's got a great fix for it. If you want to go check out his channel, he just swaps the thighs. Right? Yeah, he just pops thighs off and swaps them out for other people's thighs to correct the height, which is great if that's something you want to do. I don't think I'm going to do it on these, but I think I am going to try to squeeze that face a little bit. I just kind of forgot to do it. The next one, and we talked about this on the last episode, Zach. Oops, his lightsaber fell off. I did get a second Star Killer because I got the Hasbro Pulse one, and now he's suffering from limp lightning.
Limp lightning.
Yeah,
limptricity.
But now because
what advice, man?
Right, they make a pill for this actually, so it works out pretty well. But the other one I could have the regular face on, and this one I put the screaming face on, and I've got the fun kind of red slashy blade on, and I put the blue slashy blade on the other one. So again, there's enough accessories in that Hasbro Pulse pack. I could buy a third one of these and still have like a unique set of hands and lightsaber and head. So I feel like I don't know if I'm going to do that unless it's on sale, but I did want to get the regular release just to kind of try it out. The next one I did get was R5D4 on that new R2D2 body. Couple things. If you watch my video on it, I did find out that one of these little guys on the top pops off. It's very, very small, and he has a little like motivator that goes on there. It's the very, very tiny piece that goes on there. Also, if you watch my video I did on it, I did grab the wrong R5 unit. I grabbed the one from the 3-pack, which has the red sides. I had a bunch of people comment on that. Yes, that was my fault.
Never let anything go. That's what you're like. Any terrible deal? No,
literally, the only difference between these two droids is one has blue sides, the other one has red sides. Other than that, they are identical. But people care. I didn't even think to look. I just grabbed them like, oh, I'm pretty sure that's R5D4. And I have R5D4. It was a GameStop exclusive. I remember buying it. But I just I had them in the wrong spot because I didn't remember which one was which. Anyways, R5D4 is great. I think I still like R2 better, but R5 is great. Also, there is a Target exclusive coming out with the pit droids and stuff. So maybe don't buy it, or maybe buy two. I'm going to buy both. But the last one is the Mandalorian Fleet Commander.
Really nice.
Yeah, I had to do a lot of stuff with his helmet. It was pretty warped in the package. And that is not an Amir problem. That is not a Toy Snowman problem. That is just a Hasbro problem with how they. I feel like this one and Bo-Katan.
It's a feature.
It is. It's a feature.
It's an interactive feature. That's how I would sell it.
The most recent Black Series like Mandalorians that we've gotten have just had weird helmets. Not Bo-Katan. Sabine Wren's helmet from the Ahsoka was really weird. It was like too long. It was too loose. Same thing with this guy. The helmet is just it's shaped really weird. It's not fitted right, and it's a little lopsided. Even after soaking it in hot water and reshaping it, it's a little lopsided. But he looks great. I like him a lot. He's on the new body style, and that's all I need. I do wish he had a little holster for the one blaster he comes with. He doesn't. And there's actually some new stuff. Like he's got new legs. and he's got more of a Django chest rather than the one that Axbos has and stuff, where it's not as Django-y. So hopefully that means we might get a new Django. I don't know. I'm not asking Amir if that's a thing that's happening. Nice. I'm just throwing it out there. It'd be really
my favorite Kit Kat bar is the big
blink twice.
Actually, they do have fun Canadian Kit Kat bars. But that's all I got. And again, shout out to Toy Snowman for getting those to me early, because those aren't even out in the US yet. For whatever reason, Canada has been getting them sooner. And everything's always packaged super well. So absolutely love it.
Thank you very much for the shout out.
Of course.
Yeah, that entire segment, Amir's just probably looking at the cash rolling in. Every time you pick up a new figure, that's just like another
ching ching.
Another line item coming through.
His eyes turn to dollar signs, like cartoony dollar signs. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of every time you pull it. And I also got this one from Amir.
When the Mandalorian, like in the show, was it Bo-Katan, like a piece of her armor fell off. I'm just like, new repaint.
New repaint. Yeah.
Here we go.
Like every new droid in Mandalorian color that's in the background, he's just,
Yeah, actually, I kind of felt a little bad because I got these, and I don't want to be super negative, but honestly, like I didn't really.
No, I'm not the designer. Yeah. I'm not the manufacturer. So I don't care. Yeah. I'm just happy to be here. That's all.
He's a happy toy provider. But Luke does have a question. No, I think we covered this on the Patreon intro. We covered it on the
Patreon intro, yeah.
But Luke says, I'm curious how much Amir knows about upcoming releases before Hasbro reveals them.
I only know until spring of 2024, but I did actually sign a Hasbro and a Disney NDA, so I actually can't talk about anything in the future. Otherwise, they will spank me.
No, what if you want a spanking?
Well.
Yeah, how about we test the waters to see what would happen?
I mean, it's like a safe word situation going on. I'm just,
Let's do one of those like Nerdzoic Toy Snowman streams where we just reveal everything that's coming out for the next, year and a half.
He takes a convenient sip of his Canadian Dry.
Oh, man, did you know they have Canada Dry?
Is Canada Dry different in Canada?
So I know we had that chat with Nerdzoic about, and he kind of talked about how that all happened. So Amir, how did that kind of happen? Like did you all get like the green light to the reveal that stuff, or how did all that happen?
So for the term, they're calling it the Turn Back Tuesday. So Matt was actually
a lot of the stuff on the list came out.
What's that?
A lot of the stuff on the list came out, like the helmets and
all the helmets came in.
I think
and some other items. So all I can say on the subject, without getting in trouble, is that it's called Turn Back Tuesday, and it's going to be a yearly thing. That's all I can say about it.
All right.
And
I thought they were kind of done with Turn Back Tuesday.
I have nothing else to say other than the things that Matt revealed have shown. I don't know anything about other things. Don't exist in my eyes.
That's fair. Now, completely unrelated. My Darth Nihilus took a shelf dive and broke the lightsaber. It's one of those things where the lightsaber peg is still inside there. So if a new one ever came out, I would 100% buy it just to get a new lightsaber replacement, which is dumb, but I am. But fun story. I have been looking for this lightsaber piece for months. I could not find it anywhere.
Is there anything special about her blade compared to somebody else's blade?
No, he's got a unique blade.
I see.
Yeah. Well, the blade is not unique. The hilt is unique. I'm pretty sure the blade's the same, but I have to drill out the piece inside to get a new blade in there. But I was looking for this stupid hilt for forever. And when I put up my Christmas decorations, it was in the box. It was in my Christmas decorations box. And I have no idea how it got in there. It's just like, what the heck?
That's when you know you're a super hard toy collector.
Right?
It's not until you find random accessories in your Christmas storage box.
It's like, how could this possibly have gotten in here? I have no idea.
Oh, man.
I feel like I'm not a diehard toy collector because I haven't found
things that make you know that what are the things that makes you know that you are a hard toy collector? So finding toy accessories in Christmas box.
Oh, for sure. That's one. Having a whole room in your house dedicated to toys is a
okay. Fair enough.
I feel like when Toy Snowman texts you, knowing that he's got like $200,
100%.
What?
Yeah. What?
Oh,
like
yeah.
being on a text list of like
a call list.
Yeah.
When it when a salesman's like, I know a
plastic crack dealer has got a new supply.
You want speed dial.
That's right.
Let's see. When you know what mint in box means, I guess that's
mint sealed box.
Yeah, like, you don't need to be an open boxer to know what that means. It's like just collecting toys. You know, like there are those openers. Like
honestly,
vice versa.
When you run your own, action figure dedicated podcast, I feel like that's pretty. That's a pretty big giveaway.
I feel very called out about this, and I don't.
I think I was going to be attacked on my own show for someone.
Yeah, why are we getting put through like figure therapy right now? Is this what we gotta talk through some things? Is this an intervention? Is this what we're doing? But I know what we can do. We can talk about some Black Series news because we actually have some.
We do. It's
unlike last week.
Amazing.
Or last episode. So first off, it looks like the selfie series is canceled.
It's not on Hasbro's website anymore.
Not on Hasbro. So they did the 2.0 thing. Well, let's rewind. They did the first iteration, and I was originally gonna buy it, but no glasses. The hair didn't look like it. Just barely colored on beards. Mm-hmm. I thought doesn't look enough like me for me to drop the 70, 60, 70 bucks.
It was 60 when it came out, and then they bumped it up to like 80 or something.
Yeah, it was if you bought it on that first weekend, you get the deal or whatever. Yep. And then they came out with 2.0, which we kind of predicted they do beards and glasses and all that. Yep. And then kind of randomly, I was expecting maybe next year they'll do a 3.0 version, add a couple more. Maybe eventually we can get newer updated bodies because the bodies they were sending out were the really old Stormtrooper molds and the G.I. Joe molds and I guess not the good Spider-Man molds and all that. They could have done a 3.0 where they updated it, but do you think this is a case of it just not profiting and not selling well? What do you think happened with the selfie series?
So I follow I guess Hasbro's stock information, so I'll attack it from that angle. So I think that they are really tightening the belt on a few things that are not either highly profitable or just they can't justify it. So that's why I think a lot of lines are being turned down just because they're just in a phase where they need to lower the amount of product out there just because, we're not in a booming cycle. We're in a, constricting cycle. So they're just right now, okay, if it's fat, we cut it out unless it's a main line. So that's why you're seeing Indiana Jones, Power Rangers take a hiatus because they just don't have the volume to justify having it. So that's why I think that, that's what's happening with the selfie series.
Well, bad news for TVC.
TVC is not going anywhere, man.
Where's that segment come in?
I will.
Look, Kirby. Look, me and Kirby are on the same page. Look at this.
Cut the fat.
Look at it.
I did order a selfie series. I've ordered both selfie series, and I have yet to receive my 2.0. And I ordered it during PulseCon back in September. So hopefully, I still kind of want it. I want the head.
I want it
for me.
Yeah, hopefully they don't just cancel it.
It was worth $50 just to get that head. I ordered it day one. The soonest you could order a new one with the new head. I want that stupid head. I've got so many things that I could try to put it on. Mythic Legions, different bodies. I just want to have one of the Mythic Legions I got has a little shirt. A little cloth shirt that you can put on him. And I was like, I'm going to put that on me so it looks more like me. It's like a guy wearing a t-shirt. I don't know. I really hope they don't cancel it on me. That's for sure.
They might be revitalizing it or rebranding it or something.
Well, my thought was maybe they heard our feedback And instead of, letting it sit there for another year before they make another update, they just pull it and they're retooling the whole process. Maybe they're going to do the things like we suggested where they give us more generic bodies that's kind of like just like a generic soldier kind of thing for G.I. Joe. Like there's no reason, like nobody wants to be Spider-Man or Snake Eyes. Like those guys are already things. But I would love to buy like a Steel Brigade body with my head on it so I could put myself in my G.I. Joe collection. Or a Jedi, or I guess they got Stormtrooper, but there's so many other things that they could do with your head to put yourself in your collection, and I feel like none of those are what they did with the selfie.
Yeah,
stick.
Jedi Force Ghost.
Easy. I want to be a Force Ghost. Yeah,
or that shiny pearlescent paint over it or whatever.
What if it's the exact opposite, and it does so well that they have such a long queue that's why they haven't shipped it out to you?
Could be.
Right? Just because we have no idea, but
maybe they're just really trying to get that sculpt of my beard right. They're just like, no.
Like this guy's real important.
Yeah, Mike's beard has to be perfect.
Yeah, Eric is specifically doing it himself. Your specific beard.
He's gonna hand deliver it, from what I understand as well.
It's gonna be the smoothest head, freshly smoothed out.
It's gonna have articulations.
So yeah, RIP Selfie Series potentially. Maybe it'll come back for now.
They haven't announced anything. It's just not on the website anymore officially. I haven't seen anything official about it being canceled, but you cannot buy one if you wanted to.
Yeah, so we'll see if it makes a comeback. I wouldn't be shocked if it does or doesn't, honestly. It could die and it could come back, and I would not be surprised either way. But so let's talk about the awesome news we have. We have a Clone Trooper 2-pack from the Ahsoka show is what it's branded. And so Hasbro is calling it a Phase 1 Clone Trooper Lieutenant and a 332nd Ahsoka's Clone Trooper.
Is that a 501? I thought there was a 501.
Well,
This is a Phase 1 501st Clone Trooper. They have it mislabeled as a lieutenant, but the giveaways are the lieutenant should have 4 blue dots on his left chest. So and in the show you can clearly see that like this is what it is, and it's just a 501st grunt because there's like 4 of them. You can see some in the background,
correct,
and they're running by. So they're clearly 501st. They're there with Ahsoka and Anakin, but I guess someone I don't know. I wish we would have asked Gregory Titus when we had him on. Like, does Hasbro write the names, or does the company who designs the packaging write the names? Because we've had the Luke Skywalker, we've had a couple mislabeled items. This is obviously another mislabeled item.
We had the Kyrkanos debacle. It was.
So
I think a lot of people are making too much out of it. Like, it's obvious when you look at the figure, it's obvious what it is. Just because it has the wrong name on the box doesn't make the figure bad.
They're changing the universe.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's still a really good looking clone. It's still we've never gotten a 501st clone before, not from Phase 1 anyway. Like, and the factory missed the note. Stupid. And there's some back and forth on whether or not this is the new body or not.
Yeah, it's 100% the new body.
You think it's the new body?
It's 100% the new body. Yeah, there's a dead giveaway, and I know lighting can be weird, but anytime you look at the new body, it's a lot smoother and toned down, but the 2.0 body is much shinier. I know this is a KO, but it's just a lot more reflective and shiny than like the.
You mean custom, right?
Yes, the custom. Now our podcast is gonna get terminated in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. randomly. I'm getting PTSD.
That happened to Zach's Instagram account. He got it just terminated at like.
Yeah, I was up to.
Yeah,
I was known as the Star Wars Black Series. I had like 42.5 or 44,000 followers at the time, and Instagram just wiped it from the face of the earth. And
Oh man, that's hard.
Yeah.
you know what's funny? Today, I guess on our Patreon, we have linked, it's like linked to my Instagram. So if you click an Instagram logo, it took me to a blank Instagram page and said like no items found. And I was like, oh, this is sad. I didn't know like that was on there, but so I got to put the new one on there, I guess. But yeah, so to me, it's clearly, I think the knee pads are bigger, obviously, like also. I'm pretty sure this is the new body. Like even the Phase 2 helmet just looks different.
Yeah, I think it's the new one as well.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. It's just like, I think first dead giveaway is a softer look of the armor.
Yeah. Yeah, because the chest armor is an overlay instead of just a sculpted piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mike, what are your first thoughts on this 2-pack? What do you think?
I mean, I'm all for clones. Like, give me clones. I think the retail price of this when announced was $45. So basically the same as that Clone Trooper Mace Windu 2-pack that we just saw.
Mm-hmm.
So again, any of these they want to do, I'm down. Like clone 2-packs, Jedi clone pairing 2-packs. I will buy them. I want them to do stuff like this. What was a surprise was the actual price, which I don't know if you want to get into yet.
So there was a debacle.
Yeah.
So, there was
Yeah, give us your perspective.
So
For the people that don't know, when this went live on Target's webpage, it was $25.
yeah, they messed up. They 100% messed up because one figure is supposed to be $25.
Right.
Getting the 2-pack for $25.
I'm like, this is like 2007 pricing right here.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was 100% a mistake, but
They haven't fixed it yet. It's
I feel like they're going
on
to.
their website.
it's out of stock, isn't it?
It's out of stock.
Yeah,
but
it's sold out. I totally forgot about it and forgot to pre-order it. And I know Toy Snowman has it available if anybody wants to pre-order it from.
It's true.
The website.
Yeah, we do have it. I'm also. It's actually funny because it's Target exclusive in the US, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So here in Canada, it is. They blessed us with fan channel and gave it to us. So that's really interesting. I also think in the future, I'm hoping a lot of Target exclusives will actually become fan channel exclusives here in Canada.
Yeah, because usually Target exclusives
It's Toys R Us.
Difficult.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when I email myself, sometimes we find out that Toys R Us is not as big as they used to be, and so they don't deserve to have dibs on exclusives anymore.
Yeah,
And
it's
so-
far cry from the 80s and 90s when they were the biggest like toy retailer.
Yeah, so now they just don't really, because for all of those who don't know, fan channel is independent retailers and GameStop.
Yeah.
So
And sometimes Amazon, but only
yeah,
sometimes.
it's
Yeah.
called when Amazon's involved, it's called Famazon.
Ah.
Or that's the term that
Yeah.
when Hasbro tells us it's a Famazon exclusive. That means fan channel and Amazon. Or if it's fan channel, then it's just independent retailers and GameStop. So this might be a turning point here in Canada where Toys R Us exclusives will come to the fan channel, which I think we're able to probably distribute way better than Toys R Us because Toys R Us can't even do pre-orders. So it's from a business point of view, it's really tough, especially when Hasbro wants to be tight on its belt, where they don't want to overcommit to something. And if they're giving an exclusive to a store that won't tell them about pre-order numbers, it puts them in an awkward spot where they have to take the risk of bringing in the unit without knowing how much Toys R Us is going to buy. So, but the fan channel were like, yeah, here's the pre-order, here's how much we want. So then there's like, oh, it's a sure bet, right? They don't need to spend more than what they commit. Like, oh, you guys want 1,000? Here's 1,000. Sure, we don't lose any money because we know it's sold, right?
Right.
So I think that's why it might be a bit turning here in Canada, but the future is unknown, but signs are there, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Another giveaway. This is a new body. Is look where the knee pad is.
The knee pads. I was looking at that too. You're absolutely right. The knee pads being where they are on the clones on these action shots. The fact that they're not glued to the top of the knee and they're kind of floating is 100% a dead giveaway to this being the new body. So I think you're absolutely right there, which means, whew, that's good. Because I still have the new Clone Trooper hanging out on my desk. I love this figure.
Yeah, that squad that I made whenever we were on our VIP show, they're still on my desk, and I still have the new 501st on the other side of my desk. So I honestly just have nowhere to put them because my Clone Wars stuff is so packed. So
my top 10 this year, my top 10 this year is going to be tough. I feel like it keeps changing.
It's just going to be nothing but clones at this rate.
Basically.
But for sure, the top 10, do we put the blank clone on there, or do we put the 501st Apo because it was technically the first release, right?
It's tough.
The hinges on the hands are different.
Is there someone called Luke F in the stream?
Luke F? No, Landspeeder Luke is on the stream.
Well, there is well, I'm not going to dox him, but Landspeeder Luke is here.
Okay, he just bought one of them off the site. I just like, very odd time.
That's funny.
Yeah, let's dox Landspeeder Luke's full name and address.
Actually, that box that Luke sent me, I didn't realize I took the side that has just his address sitting there. So I'm glad I didn't post it on like social media because I almost did, not even looking at the fact that his address was just right there.
But yeah, so this 2-pack, I don't have it pre-ordered yet. I'm not.
You could get it from
that is true.
Get it from Toy Snowman. Just saying.
That is true. But then I can't use my 5% red card. You know. And
true.
You can use your frost points though. We have a frost points in the program.
Yeah, I have like
Mike, give me all your points.
I
It's like, Canadian dollars frost points. It's all just fake.
Yeah, it's all fake.
Yeah,
money.
it's all made up. It's like crypto these days.
Oh man, crypto was great once upon a time. Now it's like, actually, right now it's really high up. Actually,
I mean, okay, I don't need it. We're not going to go on a crypto spiel. I could talk for a while on this, but if you zoom out, crypto has not gone anywhere. Like it's down from 3 years ago, but 10 years ago it was like $2.
It's super up right now.
Everybody just needs to zoom out a little bit.
It's 50,000 Canadian dollars right now.
But you know what hasn't? NFTs.
No,
those are tanked. Those are
gone.
But so I'm not like as excited over this 2-pack as people would probably expect me to be. It's only because I don't feel the need to have another 332nd Ahsoka's Clone Trooper. Like I'm glad to have it on the updated 3.0 mold, but if it would have been on near the bottom of my list on figures to update, honestly.
Sure.
Because
I wish they'd given us more
pushing
the options.
Yeah, exactly. Like another alternate helmet would have been cool. Maybe if they made like one of the head sculpts have different hair or something.
I'm actually
new head on that.
What surprised me is that they did not put any kind of like exclusive tax on it, right? Or at least here in Canada, they didn't put an exclusive tax on it where it's like, I don't know, what's the MSRP of a regular figure?
$24.99 US.
$25. So I guess it's $50 supposedly at Target, right? So like there was no like additional like, oh, this is an exclusive, let's charge $2, $3, $4 on top of it. So that was a nice surprise too, where it's like, a regular figure in Canada costs $36. So the equivalent here is only $70 and they're charging $70 for it. So we're like, wow, they didn't like charge $10 because they can. So that's,
if anything, nice. It's actually even at the regular price, it was less expensive than the price of 2 figures. It was like $46. Yeah,
exactly. So that was a really nice thing to see where we're not charging more than what we have. They're not charging. Right. They're not making us pay and put the MSRP at a higher price. So that's actually a nice surprise. That is a nice change in direction. I just want to say.
Yeah, for sure. But this is a cool concept. I'm kind of surprised they are marketing it as Ahsoka, but it does make sense because I would kind of expect this to be in the, what do they call the other one? The Mace and the Clone, Clones of the Republic.
Clones of the Republic, yeah.
But this is kind of neat. They're marketing it as the Ahsoka show. And I also noticed it doesn't have 2 angled sides like the Mace and his pack does.
True.
But this one only has a flat side and an angled side with the art. because you know the Mace side has 2 separate art designs on each side. I thought that was a kind of an odd difference. Maybe because this one, I guess it's not really going to fit into the mural though. So I'm wondering why the packaging difference is like that.
Yeah, I wonder if it's numbered on the back because it's not. So it's not part of the mural. It's not numbered.
Yeah, so that is a weird difference. Like, why would they make this one have one side and then the Mace pack have 2 angled?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Wait,
I feel like the other side is angled. I feel like you can kind of see it angle out.
No,
there.
because you'd see the mural. You can see the little color
On the
bar
left
going
side.
You can see
You can see the
on the left side, you can see the side of the plastic, and you can see the color bar where it says Star Wars Ahsoka. You can see that like going towards the back. There's no. If it had a mural, you'd be able to see it.
Oh, I see what you mean. It is angled. It doesn't have the mural.
There's no mural on there. It's like a flat side. If you could put it up against the wall flush, you know what I mean?
Right.
But whereas the Mace pack is similar to the Darth Vader and Obi-Wan concept pack, where it has 2
sides
murals on each a mural on each side, whereas this one it's just like a regular figure,
right?
Where it has a mural side and a flat side. So that's kind of a difference, which is neat. So maybe the clones of the Republic line they're doing, maybe that will always have 2 murals, and since this is a dedicated show, it's only gonna have one side. I don't know. We're diving really deep right now into the packaging that we're just gonna recycle. But it is interesting to talk about. But I'm definitely gonna pick it up if I see it. If it comes back in pre-order, I'll probably grab it. Any last other thoughts on the 2-pack? Amir, do you collect clones any?
No, I am purely a Godzilla and occasional Pacific Rim and Transformer collector. The only Star Wars figure I have is a Darth Vader and a Darth Revan. But the Darth Revan is because I accidentally read when I ordered it. I thought I was ordering pieces, but I ended up ordering cases. So instead of getting 36 pieces, I ordered 36 cases.
Oh my gosh!
How many were in a case?
There's 8 in a case.
Okay.
So
Good Lord.
yeah, I still have them. This is actually a more common mistake. Like Big Matt has done this too. We've all once in a while I did the thing where I thought cases were oh man, you're gonna be stuck with that for infinity. So yeah, I'm the king of Darth Revan. So I decided whenever I do this mistake to punish myself, I open up the figure and I keep one in my desk just so that I remember to look at the case quantity versus unit quantity.
That's a good reminder.
Smart.
Yeah, it's just oh yes, made sure.
Neat. Well, I mean, I'm excited for it. I want more clones. I think this is probably the last reveal we'll get of the year. You think that's probably true?
I wouldn't be surprised if we get one in December.
I guess we have 4 more Tuesdays.
Yeah, because if you think about it, we normally get a reveal at least every other episode. I feel like there was a time where we maybe went 3 or 4 episodes, maybe 3 episodes without getting a reveal. But if on a normal schedule, we would have 2 episodes in December, but we're doing the 14th. So I feel like there's a chance we might have a reveal or 2 to talk about when we're back on January 4th. I would say maybe but a store exclusive. Maybe Walmart will drop one or something. I hope so, certainly, because that means more action figures.
True.
And there are some people on the internet, I'm not going to say any specific names, that are obviously complaining about this set, and there are always those people. But I'll say this is better than any of those other lines that you can have in your collection, but they don't fit with the canon of the series and the rest of your shelf. This is 100% better than any carbonized credit collection, any other subline they want to do, because it's an easy repaint. It doesn't barely cost them a lot of money to do. I know they got to make the mold and paint it, but they don't have to design the mold just for one release. This is better than any carbonized credit collection in my opinion. And the door is wide open now. If they're just going to repaint this face or this 3.0 mold, I'm probably gonna buy it as many times as they do. So I'm all for it. Hope they keep doing it. We love clones here. I know Mike's gonna buy all, if not,
Well, I ordered two because at $25 a pop, like.
Oh yeah,
why
so I
not?
do have one ordered. Perfect.
I need to know if Target ends up honoring that or not.
I don't think they will. I don't think they will.
I think they have to, unless they cancel them all. I think they have to honor it.
Oh man, that's such a big loss that they release an exclusive and then at the same time like take a loss on it.
Well, I feel like they sold out in what,
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
15.
So they sold out very fast. They'll probably just say, "Wow, these sold out super fast. Let's go ahead and cancel them, re-put them up at the normal price, and they'll probably sell out again."
We'll
on
see.
Pre-order anyways.
Well, I mean, I'm watching every day, expecting a cancellation, but I really don't think they will. But it probably will be one of those things where we'll be like the last to get them. They'll be in stores. Amir will
You
have
get it
them.
with your Hasbro, what do you call it? The face one?
Selfie series.
Right? Yeah, I'll get it with my
Selfie
selfie
series.
series. Yeah, it'll be one of those things. Like Amir will send me a text. He'll be like, "Hey, we got these in." I'm like, I can't buy it again. I've already got them on order. I just can't.
They're coming, I tell you.
I swear.
Do you have an estimated arrival date for those? Did they give you one?
Yeah.
Is it on? Did Target say
April,
like
May.
March, April or May? Okay, perfect.
It says March 31st.
So probably January, February. Right now, the way things are going.
Honestly, that's how it's been going. Yeah.
So how long ago did you know about that 2-pack and you kept quiet about it?
It's gonna start talking about Kit Kats.
Well, now that it's out, I feel like
at 1 a.m. 1 p.m. exactly, and then put it on the site. Kit Kats are my favorite. No, okay, I can say we get pictures 24 hours before it goes live. That's that much I can say.
From like a PR person, do you get the email?
Pictures and information, UPCs, cost and price, and which channels, like everything we need to in order to sell it, we are given just 24 hours before. It's not. It used to be a bigger window, but then they're kept on being. So Hasbro, they send you something called like a blast. It's like their own like I don't know, channel of sharing files discreetly, and if you download on it, they know that you've downloaded from it. So it got to a point where there was always like spoilers, like somebody would always spoil somewhere around the world.
Well, we don't have to say somebody. We can say Yak Face. It's pretty specifically one person usually.
That's really
He's the reason Pipeline exists.
And so then they would call you if you downloaded it and said, "Hey, did you download it? Did you share this?" You would have to swear you didn't share it.
Pinky promise. Do you pinky promise?
Do you pinky promise you didn't share it? Yeah, I promise. So in order to avoid it, I just stopped downloading it like 2 or 3 days, or just the day before I would download it, so that if it got spoiled, they would see that, oh, I didn't download it, and then they wouldn't call me.
Wow, so they're actually looking into that. I didn't know that. I knew they were trying to catch.
Yeah, they actually do try, especially when it's not intentional. And yeah, because when it's intentional, it's like, oh yeah, you're like being like, you didn't know. Like when Matt did it, like he thought he had the okay, then they kind of like, like they kind of threw him under the bus. But so like when I did a spoiler, I put it up and I thought like, oh, it was a repaint on Optimus Prime, and I was like, yeah, they don't, like, I got it in store, and like I didn't get any information on it. I ordered the SKU. I'm like, okay, well, it's in hand and it's a repaint, so I don't think I'm breaking any issues.
Right.
And I put it on my sale, and then later on they called me and they said, why do you got to recall this all? And I'm just like, but why? It's a repaint and like blah blah blah. And they're like, no, you can't sell. We haven't given it out. We haven't even announced it yet. I'm like, You haven't announced it. It's in my store. I paid for
How
it
do I
already.
have it? Yeah.
Like,
I
like
paid you for it.
I
feel
paid
like
you
that's
for
a
it.
you problem. Like,
And
why
now
haven't
people have
you
paid
announced
me.
it?
They're like, okay, let me hide 70 Volvo like Optimus Primes in the store somewhere.
Put a blanket over it. Just to,
Yeah. So I mean, it's not like I was trying to hide. I literally put like my name on the picture and put it on our website. I wasn't like trying to sneak it out. So, but yeah. So sometimes, now what they done is they just give it to us 24 hours in advance, and sometimes it still leaks. So I usually just wait like 4 hours before the go live, and I download it. So I'm like, okay, well, they're not gonna call me for the 3 hours if it gets leaked between then, right? Because sometimes they're like, fuck it, like it happens.
sure.
What is a PG-13? Can I?
Oh, you're good. Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't go like ham or anything, but an occasional f bomb is absolutely fine.
You mean I can't go Papa John's on this?
I would appreciate it if you didn't. Yeah.
Oh Lord. So you have I guess I didn't connect the dots. So you had a physical store. I know Mike said he's been there and toured it, but in my head I was just thinking an online store. So you actually have a physical store in?
Yeah, there's a physical store to come in, and so Mike found our last location, so we had to move everything. So now we're in a different location.
No, they had because he invited me in, and I am a vampire. I could then come in anytime I wanted after that. So
yeah, it's like the Rebels base. We have to relocate every time.
Yeah.
It's true.
But yeah, we have a store. It's near 2 metros, and we have our own front door that people can like walk in and.
Yeah, because the last one had to go through a weird hallway.
Yeah, there was a maze. It was the entrance to It's the entrance to an escape room, so it was on par.
Honestly, it felt like it.
No, if you instead of going left to my place, it was take a right to the game room. So it was all in theme, I guess.
So it sounds like you have a pretty big upgrade with the new location.
Yeah, the new location is a lot better. I mean, it's just nice to be. It's nice that we're in front of a school, I guess. So.
Right.
It's our customers right there, right? Just show them the toys and the kids can look at.
Oh, yeah, Luke can't find the video on my channel. It's the one where I go to Toys R Us. So it was from last November, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, I remember that because Amir, didn't you give him something like $100 toy or something? Or what did you come back with?
I got a
what was that?
Joy toy. It was a Joy toy.
Joy toy, Chaos Space Marine or Chaos Lord. Yeah,
I remember that.
Yep, and it was perfect because I got home and played with it. I'm like, yep, I don't care about this at all, and I haven't felt the need to actually spend money on it. But what I am doing right now is I'm on Toy Snowman looking at these stupid Fury Toys shark people, and like. One guy is a shark with like Tommy guns and like plaid pants. And I'm like, this looks cool. Why am I doing this to myself? My toy budget is just shot. It's a gangster great white shark.
It's pretty cool. It reminds me a lot of Street Sharks, though.
Street Sharks, but like if they were like, I don't know, gangster.
Not
like this guy's got
thugs.
a top hat. Yeah. It's like a 30s gangster. Like it looks like a Batman villain. Anyways.
Yeah, toys are whenever the toys ship near Christmas time, it's always like, man, why am I spending money on all this right now? But it's also so exciting. But it's like, let's not wait till like January. But I know they want everything out.
I felt like I hit so much in November. Like every day I turned around, like Cosmic Legions came out with a wave. A bunch of stuff came out super early from Hasbro. Like I felt like it just kept coming. I'm like, really? Another one? In fact, Big Bad Toy Store, I pre-ordered the IDW Ninja Turtles from Loyal Subjects, and it had my old card on it. And instead of updating my card, I was like, nah, I'm gonna let that one cancel. I don't need those Ninja Turtles. I'm okay.
Oh man, it's like 10 times more surprising when you're a retailer and like everything like comes in at the same time, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh man, there's like 90K gone. Let me. There's no way out of this one.
You got to sell it.
Yeah, you gotta sell it, or you gotta like do a sale, or you gotta
Quick, Mike, make a TikTok.
You gotta launder it somehow, you know.
No, but it's all good. It is sometimes like surprising when you like sometimes we're like, oh, happy we get things early, but then it's like when it comes in early and then it was like the same. It's why I think like Dorkside Toys closed down.
Mhm.
They just couldn't handle the cash flow coming in all in one go. So I really feel like sometimes it like really stresses a toy store when you just have like
especially during the pandemic when like logistics were all over the place and like shipping was super backed up or
like I think like 2022 was a really bad year for that because I remember in May we were receiving inventory that was supposed to come in 2021. The inventory that was due in May, and then inventory from June, and we're like, this is like 3 months of toys coming in at the same time. It's like, and we can't say no because our distributors will charge us a cancellation fee, which is more than the profit if we were to sell those toys. So you could be like, yeah, fine,
not worth it. Yeah,
I'll just carry it. But then some stores like, oh, we can't afford this, or they'll have like a giant nest egg. So like that's why a lot of stores, like I think they closed down last year during May and June just because they were just hit with so much inventory that you can't play.
Dorkside and then the Old Republic collectibles.
Yeah, we had like like 3 in Canada that also closed down. I personally had to take out of my stock. So I invest a lot in the stock market, so I had to like sell some of that to cover.
Hey, smart man. Hey, real quick, which one's your favorite? Because I played the stock game.
Oh yeah,
you listen to the Black Series stock.
I'm boring in my investments, but
do you go mostly? Because I do mostly like dividends, like Mo.
Okay. So I got lucky, and then I invested in Tesla when it was 200 in 2019. So it 14x'd for me, and then I sold everything.
That's a hell of a turnip.
Yeah, no, that was definitely like 2019 to 2020 was very good for them. Like the market was bad for like a month, and then it like shot right back up. But now most of my investment is in AMD.
Okay, yeah, I don't touch anything unless it pays a dividend, and that helps pay for the toy budget. So
no, that's fair.
It helps pay for the figures every quarter, but I usually just re-roll those back in. But anyways, back into the.
I go to work and then it give me a paycheck, and then a good chunk of that paycheck goes towards toys.
But why don't you invest it into Hasbro, which pays you 6% dividend, and then you use that money to buy Hasbro?
Because I go to work, they give me a paycheck, and then I use that paycheck to buy toys.
You got to use your money to make more.
That's
money.
as complicated as I really want to get. Okay, that's as complicated as I want to get. I like paying for toys.
No, that's fair. For me,
part of it's that dopamine hit, man. I'm like, yeah, a new toy.
Henry Ford said nothing gives him more dopamine than getting dividends. So just
fair enough.
Well, wait. He actually has a quote very similar to that. Like, no, he said like nothing in this life gives me any pleasure except receiving dividends. Like, that's his actual like.
I mean, honestly, quote. It is really nice whenever the dividends pay out.
Because then you're like, oh, I can reinvest this, or free money, just like toys.
Yeah, I like A-Trade Group because it's 98 cents every quarter per dividend.
I have stocks.
You get dividends on them?
My company pays me in stock sometimes.
No.
And
yeah, towards your like 401k or
no.
403b.
They just give me stocks.
You might ask me where you work. I don't know where you work.
I work for a company called Lightspeed, and we do e-commerce stuff. So that's why
okay. That's I know Lightspeed. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Lightspeed, Equid. Lightspeed's like in your town. That's like where they're headquartered. It's like in a freaking castle. Like their headquarters is literally They call it like we're going to the castle today. Like that's just where they work, in a friggin' castle.
You're gonna get fan mail now at your work.
Maybe.
But anyways, back to the
back
plastic
to
crack.
plastic.
Back to the plastic crack that we like. Yeah, I feel like I haven't, like, not a lot of stuff has shipped for me lately. I know I've had some of the Marvel Legends stuff, and since a lot of the stuff is still just sitting in pre-order, I've been looking at ways to spend more money on, like, specifically the Dragon Ball Z SS Figuarts, because the stuff I have on pre-order for that hasn't shipped. I feel like that's taken longer than it usually does for some reason. So I'm trying to look at the ones that are in stock and trying to hold off on buying some of those, but it's been really hard. So I imagine I'll make a purchase.
That brings up a good thought I had, and this is no way a criticism or anything. I'm just curious how long it takes you, Amir. Like, let's say Black Friday, you had 400 orders.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to go through, get those together, ship them out? Like, what does that look like?
So me and K-Bon, we usually can ship out around 80-ish to 100 orders a day.
Wow.
If we're good. But the problem is, like, yeah, we got 400 orders on Black Friday, but we also get like 30 to 40 orders, maybe sometimes more depending on the season.
Right.
Regular. So, like, because it's a backlog of 400 plus orders on one day, and then we get our regular orders, we have to do our regular, because we don't want to be late for our regular orders. So
Sure.
we just do our regular orders, and then we take like 50 from the Black Friday and do it that way. So that's why after the Black Friday sale, when I was announcing, okay, it's a 1-day sale, I also put in that it'll take 1 to 2 weeks to finish the backlog on Black Friday day sale. Because, that's it. That we also have like a store to run, so we can't always.
You don't have like a huge team of people, and I was asking just because I noticed that my wife's order that she got me for Christmas hasn't shipped yet, so just
probably not. We give him no special treatment.
No, I'm just
Mike's over here asking for, like, go look for that.
I'm just a customer.
He's just, we put him. We don't. Nobody has preferential treatment. He's just in queue like everybody else.
The only preferential treatment I get is that text. Like, I know Mike wants this. Not even a link to the website. Like I will get a pre-made order emailed to me that I pay for, but like the order is just there. I just hit okay and buy it.
Yeah, so your wallet just gets nervous when it feels that, like, you get the "you up" text at like midnight from Toy Snowman.
Like, oh god, what's he doing to me?
I got the wave in just now.
100%. That's what it's like. I mean, I'm not expecting that much. I think we got some Joes. We're getting the HasLab. His tank just showed up in my FedEx list of the label was generated. So anyone out there listening, if you bank the HasLab, they're generating labels, which means we're like a week, 2 weeks or so away from that. But I can't think of anything else that I pre-ordered or that I would want to buy that's going to come out before the end of the year, unless that Book of Boba Fett 4-pack, the wave with the. I'm not asking you if it's coming out, Amir. I'm just saying in general. Unless that comes out before the new year, I think I'm pretty much done
for the year.
For the year with pre-orders. I mean, I can't think of anything else I have.
Pre-orders that are to make or pre-orders to arrive? You mean
to arrive? Because that's yeah, that's what I count for my budget. Well, when I had a budget, that's what I counted.
when you had a budget?
Yeah.
He went through like May 2024 with his budget. I was like, this isn't working. I'm done.
It was a fun idea.
We did 11 months. That's it. The 12 months.
I was really trying to keep it at $300 a month, and then just Cosmic Legions happened, and I'm assuming sometime this week or next week we're probably going to get a new. Four Horsemen figure Obscura, because they usually do one for Christmas. At least they have the last couple years. So I'm assuming that we'll get an announcement in order for that in the next week or two. But other than that, and if that Book of Boba Fett wave for Black Series comes out, but that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything. And with his tank, I already paid for that. I paid for that like a year ago or whatever that ended. So that's just free money. That's just a toy, a free toy. Yeah, that's just a free toy.
That's my dividend coming in.
That does not hit the budget. That's literally
that's a done deal. Yeah,
that's a done deal. Yeah,
it's a sunk cost at this point.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, not the Hot Toys Kenobi Darth Vader.
No, I did get the email that my Kenobi Darth Vader, the final payment got pushed back to January, because I'm at that thing where it's like the last payment on Sideshow, where they will charge you when it's ready to ship, because you get the last payment plus shipping and tax and stuff all lumped into one. So they just defer the last payment until it's ready to go.
Yeah, I feel like mine's always said 2024 sometime. So it's weird that you keep getting those delay emails.
I don't know. When I first bought, because I bought that, I think day one, and that was supposed to come out like 3 months ago, as far as what my email said. But maybe it's because they give me special treatment, because I'm like,
you probably get it. Yeah,
I'm like, Sideshow's like, Mike Casey's bought like 4 figures from us. Let's give him special treatment.
Yeah, this will be my second one I've bought from them. And then I sold my original, so this will be the only hot toy I have. Yeah, so mine still says I'm set to pay. Okay, so mine says I'm set to pay the final $98.87 on December 15th. I haven't gotten the delay yet.
You'll get the delay email when it comes closer to, because my automatic payments are on the 5th, which is why I got mine.
Okay, so yeah, maybe that's why.
Yeah.
I always thought this thing was coming out in. Yeah, it says expected to ship. Oh, yeah, you're right. October 23 till March 2024. So I guess I automatically just thought 2024.
It's any time in that time frame. I just hold out hope.
Yeah, because now I remember my final payment was supposed to be in November.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Mine too.
I thought it would be, I would just pay it in November, because it was like October, September.
No, they
September,
pushed it out until it's ready to ship.
Okay, see, I thought I would just pay it in the 4 payments, and then it would just ship when it's done.
More companies need to do big purchases like this, because I would never.
Is this through like a firm?
No, it's however Sideshow does it. I don't know. They have it's like layaway kind of, where they're like, okay, here's a figure. You can break this payment up into 3, 4, or 5 payments. And then monthly it just charges it. And if you're pre-ordering it, they just save that last payment until it's ready to ship. If it's something that's already out, you can still do payments, but they won't ship it to you until it's paid.
I see.
Basically.
Well, also we
have a firm. And the firm
like $18 non-refundable deposit.
There's always a non-refundable deposit. So it's definitely not a firm, because a firm, it's like 4 payments, but it's like 4 payments every other week or something like that.
Depending on the purchase size, like for us, if you buy over like I think $200, $300, it becomes 12 payments up to 24.
Okay.
And the way, because our products are not usually that long wait time, you get the product while you're still paying for the Affirm.
Oh, wow, that's dangerous. I wouldn't do that.
Well, it's no risk on me. They take the risk.
Oh, sure, it's a firm. Okay.
Yeah, if they get their money, then
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, they give us the money, they take their commission, and then like I ship out the item, and then you can be paying it over 24 months. I don't really care at that point. They've
you got your money, they got their product. Now it's between you and a firm.
Yes, you and the firm you gotta pay a firm. I got my money. I'm done.
Yeah, so that's actually kind of nice for you.
Yeah, I mean, they take a percentage, but like I figure, like whatever, it's if somebody wants it, they take it.
But they charge more for it when you do that, right?
I don't know. I think the paying 4 is interest free, but I think the 12 months to 24 months, I think they charge, but I don't know what they charge, to be honest, because it's dependent on you.
Yeah.
I guess.
Sideshow doesn't charge anything for their payment.
No, they don't. And I think we've talked about this on the show before, but I feel like HasLab would benefit from.
That's what I was trying to get at. Absolutely, they would, because especially because there's so much time in between when it ends and when you go. If they broke it up into 4 or 5 payments, I think they would sell a lot more.
Yeah, it'd be easier on people to pull the trigger on it and to be.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to like worry about having that money right then and
One go,
there.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then also whenever, like, just like we're getting back to the Rancor, whenever they did 3 HasLabs at the same time, if people who wanted 2 of the 3 didn't have to drop, $350+ on
Times
each item,
3, $1,000 in a day.
Absolutely.
yeah, like if they could do payments on them, like $80 a month on 2 of them instead of, $300+ on multiple on one day.
So how do you guys budget generally? Like, so Mike, you have a $300 a month. How do you attempt to budget?
I tried. Basically just keeping track of what I'm like. I had a spreadsheet of when I pre-ordered something, I put it on the spreadsheet of when it was supposed to come out. And most of the places I pre-order from, they don't take the money out up front. It charges when it ships. So it's money that I have planned to spend, but money that hasn't been spent yet. So I have it on there and I can move it around for when it actually does come out. But I can kind of see, like, okay, I've got this much right now planned to come out in like August or September or whenever the last time I looked at my budget was. And yeah, I don't know. It got too much and I didn't want to look at it because it kind of bummed me out.
Well, it got to the point where you were borrowing from like 3.
I was like, yeah, maybe I'll just dip into the next month and I just will buy less next month. And then I didn't.
So you're in like May and then you're borrowing from like July and then July comes around, you only got like $100, so you're borrowing from October at this point. And
exactly.
It's a vicious cycle.
Well, and here's the thing. Like, it's not like I don't have the money. I was just trying to be more responsible and save money and stuff. Like my wife and I make good money. So it's not like I'm like, oh, hard up. I'm not paying my bills because I'm spending a bunch of money on toys or whatever. But I did recognize that I was buying too much stuff at one point, like 2022, 2021. Like I was just buying literally everything, things I didn't really want. I was buying just to buy something. So the budget helped keep things in perspective. Like, I don't really need this because it's out of my, like, I've used up my budget. But then when you find something new that you really do love, like Cosmic Legions and Mythic Legions was that for me. I'm like, I love this. It's a breath of fresh air. It's like a brand new toy line and everything's kind of neat. And I like the way everything looks, and it's kind of niche where it's not like, oh, everyone knows Star Wars. Everyone's got Mandalorian and stuff. It's like, oh, did you get that new Attila? Heck yeah, I got that new Attila. So I kind of fell more in love with that than other stuff. But the problem is they're more expensive. And I didn't stop collecting Star Wars. So compounds.
Yeah. For me, I don't really budget. I just kind of keep an eye on how much I'm like. Yeah. If I feel like it's too much, I'll hold off on buying something that I don't really think I need. And that's kind of what lately, especially with how much Hasbro pushes out, I'm just more aware of, do I need this on the shelf or is it something I'm buying because it's like similar. So it's like sort of the Dragon Ball Z SH Figure. It's like, I really love the line and I love the ones that I have and I'm getting sort of the characters that I feel like I need and I really love. But some of the ones I want to buy, like for example, the Form 1 Frieza that comes in the
pod.
Yeah, the pod floater thing. Like I have the final form Frieza. So I'm like, do I need that Frieza? It's like $80.
You gotta get a Form 2 Frieza. You gotta get a form. You're gonna have a
exactly.
Frieza.
Yeah, so it's like, do I need it or do I just think it'll be cool? And especially when I'm looking at those Gokus, like I really need that Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I really regret not pulling the trigger on that Majin Vegeta, the SDCC one. I'm starting to regret not getting that one. And I'm looking at secondary market prices and I'm like, this is crazy. But
that's the other thing is
there is a demoniacal fit one, which is like the legit off brand of those.
That's the third party.
Yeah.
Like,
but
they're not KO, but it's just unlicensed. Yeah.
Yeah. But they're like legit. It's not like, it's kind of like the AliExpress sort of, where it's like they're actually really good, like quality.
But that's the other thing is, like sometimes I'll sell a toy or something. Like on the HasLabs, I bought 2 hisses, one to sell, one to keep. So I'm hoping to kind of recoup that money. So whenever I get it, I put, hopefully one on eBay or wherever, and that's going to be a little bit extra scratch for December. And same thing because I got the Death Saurus and I still have the Victory Saber So I'm hoping to kind of get that out as a package deal. Like, hey, I got both. Do you want to just own both? Kind of thing. So
yeah, and it is nice kind of being like content creators. How me and Mike are.
yeah,
it's an expense.
it is.
Yeah, like
I definitely write
taxes,
toys off.
yeah.
I definitely write toys off on my taxes, especially if I use them. Well, only if I use them in a video. But I've made videos of toys just so I
quick,
can write them off. Yeah,
Mhm.
Expense.
Yeah, that
it's an expense.
and then like every now and then I'll get like an affiliate payment from Entertainment Earth and Amazon that'll help cover a couple shipped figures, and Patreon definitely helps. We appreciate all of our Patreon supporters out there. So we make it work. Us toy collectors, we're out here grinding, because all this money we're spending on plastic.
It is. Sometimes it's an expensive hobby. Depends, I guess, how you choose to do it, but definitely. I mean, some people's budgets are monstrous, and I'm very jealous.
Sure. Oh, absolutely. I've seen some of like hauls people have. I'm like, how?
What do you do?
What? Yeah.
It's like the people.
And it's like, I know you have kids.
I don't have kids.
I don't.
Well, it's
My
like-
wife and I, we're dinks. Dual income, no kids. Like we've
Hey,
got.
that's
We've
the
got.
best way to do it.
Yeah,
Let's go.
exactly. What were you gonna say, Zach?
I'll say I'm just because we're we're both dinks,
Yeah.
so I'm
Yeah.
supporting you in the dinks category there. So
Yeah.
keep
Oh,
going.
I guess I'm a dink too then, huh?
Yeah, dual income, no kids.
Dual income, no kids is the best way, because I'm sure
Yeah.
once kids pop around,
Oh, they. Yeah,
Maybe
they-
That income's gone.
yeah.
but it's just crazy to see, especially on like social media, TikTok and Instagram, people have these like walls of glass displays and they're filled with hot toys.
Yep.
And I'm just like, are you a partner at an accounting firm? Like, how are you affording this? Like, are you making $900K a year? Like, what is going on here?
Well, that's sometimes you see like people in America like they are like making 100K, but they're 100+K, and then they're still living paycheck to paycheck. I'm like, how?
Well,
I think that's
don't know,
mostly in like
America.
LA and New York,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, I
I
don't
mean,
know, because like for me,
I
it's
think-
like 100K a year in US dollars. That's a lot of like money. Like
It is depending on where you are. So I live in San Diego, and my rent is $3,400 a month. Like, that's a good chunk of our monthly. It's not all of our monthly, obviously. We make enough, but like it's expensive to live there. Like $100,000.
Montreal, it's really cheap here.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, and my mortgage in Louisville to own my house it's like just under $1,200. So
Which is ridiculous. Like that's
compared to Mike's San Diego
my
rent,
first
is
apartment was $1,200 a month. Like
So it's crazy.
that
Like
was
in
10
New
years,
York
20
and
years
LA,
ago.
you can make
Yeah.
you could make $100K and then just live paycheck to paycheck. But in Louisville, Kentucky, you could make. I think my first job out of college, I made like 46,000 maybe, and that was like good money. That's like really good money coming out. It's in Louisville, Kentucky. When I graduated college in like 2017, like before crazy inflation, like that's good money out of college in Louisville, Kentucky. But if I were making that much money, in New York,
You couldn't even afford
I'd be
one
living in a
apartment.
box.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so it's just cost of living is just so different across America. It's wild, but that's a subject for a non-toy podcast, I guess.
I guess. No, sorry, because I'm very into finance. Like I don't know, I'm also like a finance graduate, so I don't get
Hey,
much.
there we go.
So
We could probably. Hey, we'll talk about it a lot post podcast.
You guys should start a podcast. You guys should start
finance podcast,
toy finance podcast.
plastic toys and plastic cards. I don't know, but no, it's just that it's generally what like my life is either toys or in finance. So those are and they both bring me pleasure. So I feel very lucky where I am in my life, where
So I
I
feel like-
I enjoy boring stocks and I enjoy my toys. So it's depending on.
So I could be Toy Snowman if I just like opened a toy instead of worked in an accounting firm. We're like the opposite. You went into making a toy business. I went into working in the corporate world, I guess.
The corporate ladder. No, I got thrown out of the corporate ladder very quickly. I'm too
Is it
chatty,
true?
as Mike said last time in what was it? In Matt's cast, like, don't you gotta go to work? I'm like, no, I just sit here and chat, and
I felt really bad taking up all your time. I was like, Like, you have stuff you have to do, or like, what?
I'm like, no, don't worry. I have an employee, and I'll definitely spend as much time as I want just chatting because I enjoy talking with people. So sometimes a bit too much. So it's
that's
his
the
own
best way
place.
to be sometimes. But well, I think Mike, do you have any last minute thoughts you want to chat about before we hop off this podcast?
I think I got everything in. Looking at the notes, we got everything down. I really enjoyed having you on. I guess what I really, because you don't sell, obviously this is a Black Series podcast, and you sell Black Series toys, being I would say at this point, primary Black Series toy provider. What is your like number one toy seller in terms of like, is it G.I. Joe? Is it Transformers? Is it like
Marvel Legends?
So it depends on which metric, by unit, by volume, or by dollar value.
What about both? Like, what makes you the most money? What makes you the most Celsius? Celsius. What makes you the most money? Like,
60% of our sales is Hasbro, if that's the vendor of choice, I guess. I have my report toaster, they call it. So yeah, sure. You want to shoot any questions? I can let you know. If it's just by volume, it's Hasbro by 60%. 60% of our sales by revenue.
What about within Hasbro? Like, is it Transformers your top? Is it G.I. Joe?
Marvel Legends? G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe's sells the most per figure, and consequently dollar value, because they're selling most per figure. Because each, like, I don't know where Hasbro would be, honestly, if in 2019, in 2019 they did not create G.I. Joe's, like the classified line. Like, the company would be in a different place, to be honest. Like, they are that line is like a blessing for them, like, because it quickly became the number one selling line, and I think multiple retailers would easily agree that it is definitely the best selling line currently for Hasbro.
I bet it also helps that they get all those accessories and the prices.
Yeah, it's also like it's a blessing that it's their own line. They don't have to pay the 15% licensing fee.
Yeah, see, that's why a lot of people blame Hasbro for the lack of stuff in Black Series, but people got to start pushing that blame towards Lucasfilm and Disney.
Yeah,
if they didn't have to pay that,
definitely have big swing. Yeah,
if they didn't have to pay those licensing fees as high as they do, we could definitely be getting more like detailed paint apps, more accessories packed in. But the line is good. I enjoy it overall. We have nitpicks, but
no, it's clearly like everybody's favorite. Like, just by sales wise, it's tremendous. So yeah, it's like a line that didn't exist 2019. Just like now, we're in its fourth year, and it's becoming the number one selling line for the company. So pretty obvious that it's a grand slam, and they're going to keep on pushing it more and more.
Multiple very successful HasLabs to go with it. Like, yeah,
exactly. And it's the 60th anniversary coming up. So
yeah, you're getting those Joes in their 60th anniversary ones they announced.
They announced?
Yes. They have shown renders of them, so they are announced. I know they're doing. Yeah.
He's trying to decide if he wants to talk about the 60th anniversary or the 65th anniversary once he saw on the paper.
I know the packaging just leaked and stuff, but the figures had been. They announced them back in. I want to say it was PulseCon, but it might have been San Diego Comic-Con. But they've been announced for a little bit.
Okay. Do we know like the names and all that other stuff?
They announced two. One was like, oh, now I don't remember. I think I know they come with like just a ton of stuff though. Now I'm looking through my notes. Talk while I type.
Oh yeah, we're a podcast.
All right, sorry.
Amir, go ahead and plug your socials. Where can people follow you? What's your
there's
name?
The Infantry Action Soldier. That's one of them. That's the one with the camo stuff.
Oh, okay. All right, so that one was spoiled. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I mean,
well, they announced it.
yeah, so it's definitely interesting. Going to be an interesting few days until.
Oh, the Action Sailor. That's the other one. He has like all the scuba gear and stuff.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of pre-orders coming up in the next few days, so people can budget accordingly right now, I'll say. But yeah, what was the question again? So yeah, G.I. Joe's selling, by far carrying Hasbro throughout the last few years. The other thing that we're doing really well on is like NECA. NECA's been like
the
NECA's been really just everything. Gargoyles,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this is all. Honestly, if you want to know what's good for me, it's on our website. I put the icons from best selling to least best selling on the front page, and I just change it according, like, oh, this is now better selling than this, and I put it over. We also get we do really well with McFarlane because we get all the exclusives for McFarlane. So like people are looking for like gold, it's like gold label, they call it. Mm-hmm. So we get a lot of the gold label exclusives, like Amazon exclusive, but up here in Canada we just get them. So quite often we see people from the US, they come and buy from us.
I'm just gonna say this, Zach. If he says that he has these listed in order from most selling to least selling, do you know what the last thing on the list is?
Okay, what is it?
Vintage collection.
Hey, that's a W right there. Let's go.
I knew that.
Yeah. But Black Series is like number 5 on the list, behind like G.I. Joe and Marvel and NECA and Bandai.
Well, you get
it's very skewered data because it's skewered towards my store from what we're known for. Sure. Yeah, that's a data point, I guess.
But Vintage collection, all the way down, dead last.
It's still being mentioned though. There are brands that are not mentioned.
Yeah. We got W's in the chat.
It's below Pokemon. It's
like, come on.
Independent toys.
Well, what a great way! What a great way to wrap up episode 60 of Black Series Cantina. Amir, if you want to share your socials, where can people follow you online? Go ahead and plug your store.
Sure. Our store is toysnowman.com. We are based in Canada, but we do have flat rate shipping to the US and free shipping to US. Yeah, we're happy. Everybody, you need to order any figures from us. What else? You can follow me at toysnowman.com. I have my Toy Snowman on YouTube, Twitter, anything. If you put Toy Snowman anywhere, I think I should be the first.
You need to start a TikTok so I can tag you on TikTok.
I'm anti Far East Asia. I don't want to give any.
It's just, man, that's where the money is, man. That's where
I know, but at the same time,
I only know that my boss made me start a TikTok because of e-commerce stuff. Because that's like once
trendy. It's all trendy, yeah.
Once TikTok started doing shops and stuff, like that's where all the money's going, honestly. So I had to learn how TikTok worked so I could keep up with that stuff.
Thing is, like, they're like, I just think that like TikTok is like tinfoil hat. It's like very corrupt, and I'm scared of it.
100%, absolutely.
And like,
buy a burner phone. Go to Walmart.
Yeah, there you go.
One of those. Get a burner smartphone.
Like, I'm worried that there's like, I'm pretty sure TikTok, that their algorithm, I'm pretty sure it's just a person. Like, everybody in America just has one Chinese person seeing what kind of content you want. And like, today, Amir, I'm going to give him like,
well, they have so many people in China, they got like 4 billion people or whatever in China.
They got those 4 billion people. They're giving us all one person. Like,
well, they need to keep pushing my videos because
I'm looking like, oh man, Max Sling, like you changed, man. You don't like these things anymore. Like,
yeah, they need to keep pushing my videos. Whatever they're doing, it's working. So, Mike, for any new listeners, where can they find you on the socials? I know you dropped a video like a week ago, right? I
dropped my unboxing video of my Black Series shipment from Toy Snowman. So you could go check that out. I'm just saying that in the comments, there's a really cool link you can click on if you want to buy anything. If you use that link, it's a cool link. Just try clicking on it. It's good stuff. It definitely helps me out if you want to do that. other than that, yeah, I got. I'm also turning that into a TikTok video. If you just want to go see a truncated version of it, I'm on Instagram. I don't really have much else going on. It's the holidays, and this is the first year my wife and I are not doing a Advent calendar video every day, and I'm just looking forward to having a busy December month of not filming and editing videos every day. Because that's a lot. It was a lot. And we did it for like 7 or 8 years. Like it was a lot for a long time.
Oh man, I got 2 advent calendars of chocolate. So one to start the day, one to end the day. So that's my.
We did Lego advent calendars where we'd put them together. So it was kind of fun. But then at the end, like some of them are neat, but some of them are like, what am I going to do with this? Like, do I display this? Like,
Well, mine's all chocolate, so I eat it.
So you eat it. Yeah, that's much easier to figure out what to do with. Yeah.
You can follow me on Instagram at blackseriescantina. You can follow me on TikTok at the Star Wars Black Series. That's still got the old classic name. You can also join our Patreon for more content. We drop a VIP hangout every month. We'll be doing our next one on the 8th. Don't forget, we'll be recording our next episode on December 14th, and that'll drop that following weekend, and that'll be our last episode of the year, and then we'll be back January 4th to kick off the new year. Maybe we'll have a guest, maybe we won't. We'll just have to see. If you cannot support us on Patreon, we would appreciate it if you leave a review. That's also a great way to support us. Join our Facebook group. It's called Black Series Cantina. A lot of great conversations going on there. Follow us on Twitter at TBS Cantina. We have merch if you want to purchase like a hoodie or a nice pint glass.
That's a pint glass. That's not a hoodie, but yes.
Well, this is the hoodie. Well,
that's true.
Yeah, this is the hoodie. This is the pint glass. Go buy it. Drink your whiskey. This isn't whiskey. This is cherry Coke and ice melted at the bottom. So it just kind of looks like a little whiskey shot right there, though.
Sure, it's not whiskey.
Yeah, I'm drinking hard liquor all episode, full glass. And if you have any, if you come across anything online and want to send it to us, blackseriescantina@gmail.com. And I'm Zach. That's Mike. And we were joined by Amir, Toy Snowman. And we'll see you all back for episode 61.
Absolutely. Bye.
No, I wanted to say it.